Hello, 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 Love Revolution beloveds. Y'all, I have a treat for you today. This is one of my new friends and now dear friends. And I meet people all over the world that I just absolutely fall in love with. And once you hear her, you will understand that she is not in the state of Georgia in the US of A. And so I will let her tell you where she lives and all the amazing things about her. But Nina Fountain, the executive stylist, we are so, so, so delighted that you're here. I'm so delighted that we've connected, and I'm so excited to share your Love Revolution story with the world.
Oh, it's amazing to be here. I think what you're doing is just so necessary, so needed, and so many, I can see people being drawn to it because we're being pulled, we're being disconnected and polarized
Yes.
and loving others and loving ourselves. That whole balance and finding that nice
Yes.
connection between the two is so powerful. So I
Yes.
just love what you're standing for. And thank you for
Thank you.
having me here. And I am joining you from New Zealand. It's an Australian accent for anyone who kind of goes, wait, she's not a Kiwi. Yeah, I'm so kind of like cross the ditch is what we say down here because it's
Oh,
2.5 hours on a plane. So you kind of, that Australian Kiwi way of minimizing. That's where we have a laugh is we go, yeah, we cross the ditch as if it was just some little hop, skip, and a jump.
gotcha.
But in Australia and New Zealand, and I've been here for about 12 years now.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. If there's time in this interview, I want to share with you a funny story about New Zealand and something having to do with debt-free degree, which is another aspect of my business. But I don't know
I
if
want
there's
to.
enough time for me to share it. So, in the interview, but let's just dive right in. So, when I talk to people about Love Revolution, I
Mm,
say that I want to interview people who are intentionally love-centered,
mm,
personally and professionally.
mm.
And, as you just said, and you wove it in so beautifully, love stands for letting others voluntarily evolve and letting ourselves voluntarily evolve. And
Yeah.
so, how do you well, I know the answer to this. I want you to share with the audience how you love on people around the world because style, I think, is often one of those things that people think you have to do one-on-one in person, and
Mm.
you are doing it internationally and phenomenally and so full of love. And so share with the audience how you do that.
I start with the woman herself. So my clients are usually keynote speakers and businesswomen. And we're people on a mission. We're doing something in the world. We're making an impact. And I'm all about how is what you're wearing enabling you, supporting you, and almost getting out of the way of you being your best self.
Mhm.
There's so much in our minds around the business of fashion, around we see magazines, we see catwalks, we see designers, huge amount of money going into this industry. And we kind of, I think lose sight of how style can be something enabling for us that can help us to feel aligned with ourselves. So I'm all about who's the woman, what's her purpose, what's her personality, and I call that purpose-led presence or my purpose-led presence method. And then she gets to bring love in her space. She gets to not only love herself, feel aligned with this is me, this is who I am, but to be more effective and more powerful in where she is. And yeah, they're all over the world. They're mainly in the US, Canada, Australia, and some local clients here in New Zealand, who sometimes fly in from other parts of the country to work with me. So I'm very fortunate to work with people who are really making an impact and doing exciting things. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes. So for those that you're not in person with, are you on Zoom and you're getting in somebody's closet? Are you on Zoom
Mhm.
and
I
you're going to
am.
websites and showing them things that they can order,
Yes.
all the
Yeah.
things? Okay.
Yeah, all the things. And in fact, because we're online, it's even more powerful. It's even more effective. Where you imagine if you walk into one store and then you've got to go to another store, you've got to go to another store, the sense of getting clarity around the person's style is a little bit hard to reach that sense even in a 2 hour shop. You wouldn't see enough things really to get the detail and to get that clarity. So I have also been a management consultant for a number of years. I've got that analytical mind. I kind of came from a science background, and I have worked out style around how what are the things that really count. We actually need to look at a whole lot of pictures together, and we need to have conversations. And I have a personality quiz that helps me connect the person's personality with their style because there are really clear connections there.
Okay.
And yeah, so we do all a lot, a lot of the strategy and the style development is even better online.
Wow.
And the shopping, what people love about it is that, well, things are coming to their house. I've organized the looks. So I'll say, we're putting this, this, and this together. And their online shopping is, 3 times more effective than it would be otherwise. Uh,
Yes.
so, there's still that little bit of uncertainty around, is it actually going to be the measurements they said it was going to be? Is it I've done my best to work out the color. Is it going to be exactly that color? There's always a little bit of a wild card factor, but overall it's so much more rewarding, quick and satisfying than yeah, than just trying to go to a store with a local stylist.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and
Mm.
and for me too, I'm thinking about style for me has always come naturally.
Yes.
It's just
Yeah,
been
you
an
you have this
extension.
fabulous style. You have this
Thank you.
fabulous sense of style.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you. And as I shared with you, I actually have a designer that we get together and work with my jackets. And we design them all, and sometimes I've got stuff embroidered on the back, and she puts my name on all of them right here. So they all say Dr. Roz, and she's absolutely amazing. It's June Marie Brand. And that's important to me. And like my uniform is one of my jackets, a black top, black pants, some kind of statement necklace, and I generally change out my ring and I change out my glasses. And like that's it every day. And I
Yeah.
don't have to think about it. And
Yeah.
also, it's exactly like what you said because I've designed it, that I am so confident. Like I could
Yes.
walk into I could walk into a
Exactly.
black tie event, which this would be very dressed down for a black tie event and be fine. And I can walk to, a pool where it would
Yeah.
be overdressed to go to a swimming pool, but I'm
Yes.
showing up authentically as me. And
Yes.
so helping people find that sense of who they are and that authenticity,
Yeah.
because I love being in front of people, but I
Yes.
know there are a lot of women that do not.
Well,
And the
this
clothes can like mask it almost
yeah,
like hold you back,
they can. They
So
can.
you
They
just you
really
zero right
can.
in on that. So
Yeah.
how do you do that? Or tell a story about a time that you did that.
I love this is fantastic because this is where I was thinking that, love, let others evolve, let them voluntarily evolve.
Yes.
It's very much that. It's recognizing that each woman is an individual. Each person is going to approach style quite differently. And where Dr. Roz turns up like this and we go, we get it. Okay, I get what Dr. Roz is about.
Yeah.
Someone else will be that, but I'm not like Dr. Roz at all. I'm perhaps more in the background. Perhaps my strength is really being aware of and watching what's happening,
Mhm.
analytical, introverted, and so I end up actually having quite a lot of women who have felt lost in what seems like good style in other people, but they're really trying to find their own
Ah.
voice in that way. So yeah, so my a few things we do together, and I'll tell you a story about how we got there. One lady was wanting to be seen in a different light in her workplace.
Mhm.
She knew that, she kind of had some runs on the board. She was starting to get trusted with opportunities, but she wanted to be next level.
Mm.
She wanted to be the CEO, actually. She wanted to, when I kind of
We say,
explored.
yeah, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And she said, but I'm sweet and softly spoken, and people just don't see me as a leader.
Mm.
Um, but meanwhile, she was like, that's where I'm going. She
Yeah.
wasn't letting that stop her.
Yeah.
And um, and so over 2 months, we got her to the point where um, you know, which I'll tell you in a sec, where that totally changed around. But the way we did that was understanding her style persona. So
Mhm.
that is the connection between her personality and her style through my world first system, which is using the Ocean model or the Big Five personality model.
Uh,
Uh, and so there's four key traits there that clearly translate into different style factors. And I've kind of seen that over hundreds of clients and drawn on a bit of psychology study and my own interest in all of this to create that system. And then we do this beautiful process, which is so affirming, and anyone can do this. I bring, some extra smarts to it that make it quite effective. But anyone can do it for themselves, and that is to work out their three keywords, their theme words, if you like, for
mm,
how they would shape their style. The trick is not to go and pick someone else's. So
yes.
if you hear a word, for example, like classic, a lot of women are drawn to classic, elegant, feminine. Those are such big words that they almost mean nothing.
Hmm.
It's better to go from a set of images, aim for somewhere between 20 and 100, and think and write down even what do you love about them? What are the things that you really love about that? And in your own words, you're starting
Wow.
to describe things. You get insights. And
Yeah.
the more you think about that from a variety of different angles, the more insightful it is. And then you look back through your notes. It's almost like you put the pictures aside, look back through your notes, and what are the themes that are emerging? What are the really
Mm,
sort
love
of
it.
themes? And when they're your own words, you feel like that's a really powerful tool. So you can shop with that. Like it can be like a mantra where you shop. So if
Yes.
I'm shopping for a woman, I'm thinking, her first name. Like, let me choose a client I was talking to yesterday. So I'll say, Jillian. And um, and then I'm thinking her colors. So she's the soft autumn colors. She's the bigger at the bottom body shape. And then I'm thinking her keywords: relaxed, effortless, chic. And so there's things I'm going to choose for her that I would never choose for other people. And just that combination of things, we
Yes.
pull that look together.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and so she's a client who's worked with me for I think coming up to 6 years now. And she said to
Wow.
me yesterday, I need you in my life forever. You're never allowed to retire. So because it just makes it easy. I was sending her a whole, a stack of new things that we'd found. So it's lovely to have a wing girl in that area. And I
Yes.
feel like it's similar to how we set up our desk for productivity. We set up our home for socializing and for ease and efficiency. And but nobody really teaches us or shows us this very elemental daily experience of actually
Mhm.
wearing clothes. We're surrounded by designs, and the women I work with say this is more powerful than I realized.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know,
Yes. It's exactly why I wanted to interview you because respectfully, somehow
yeah,
stylist or executive stylist really doesn't indicate all that you do.
no, no, it
No, I
doesn't.
mean, like
That's
it's somehow, some
yeah,
way, it's like stylist and confidence and
yeah,
performance and poise and presentation. It's like
yeah,
all the things.
yeah, it is.
And that's why I wanted your brilliance into the world because,
Yeah, oh, thank you.
I think people, probably want to niche you one way or the other into a
Yeah,
title or category. You're like, oh, yes, I'm that category plus these 18 other things that we're
that's
going to
right.
accomplish while we're working together.
That's right.
Yeah, having somebody for 6 years, that is huge kudos to you.
Oh, thank you. It's just a delight. And she's lately, her mom and her sister have also started working with me, and they said at the start, they had, it was one of those moments where you think, I hope I can deliver what they want, because the mom and the sister both said, I want wow, and one said, I want transformation, total transformation. I'm thinking, yeah, we've only got this amount of time to work together, but
Yeah.
I know what you want, and I really want to deliver it for you. And in the end, her mum's just written a beautiful Google
Oh,
review, saying exactly that. So,
beautiful.
it's empowering. I feel like it gives women a jetpack.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if you ever watched any of those little superhero cartoons, but I loved one called Astro Boy, and he had these little packs on his feet, and it's like a little, boost. It's a bigger boost than people realize. And I think I'd love to get a bit into the science around it, speaking to Dr. Roz here, because um it's like there's this mind connection, there's a connection with the mind, connection with the mood. There's like there's really clear connections here. It's just
Mhm.
like how the environment changes how we think. I just think
Yes.
people have enough science around this. There's
Yes.
some
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
And for me, um, like I said, I never go in my closet and cry. I never
No,
go in the closet and
yes,
go, what am I
yes,
gonna wear today? Or
yes,
how am I feeling today? Because
yes,
everything in there is something
yes,
that I love.
yes,
And
yes,
I came from, sort of quantity was what we were looking for at one point.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
then it was like quantity, makes my brain
yes,
confused.
yes,
And now, and I think I have, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 12 of these, 14, something like that.
yeah,
So, like there are two that I have that I wear at Christmas time. Honey, in December, you're going to see me in one or the other. I can just tell you.
yes,
No.
yes,
And so
yes.
that's fine. But obviously, I'm not wearing those in May. So I don't choose those. But all the rest of them, it's like, I have a different look but it's still me.
Great.
And that's what
It's so
you do
great.
for people.
Totally. Yeah, exactly. And it is about ease and efficiency. It is about, so it's that feels like you, and then you want it to be something where you're not spending forever choosing what to wear. Like I
Yeah.
love what you've done, because you found a way to make it that you have fewer decisions. And
Yes.
Obama apparently famously used to only make one decision about his outfit each day. Is it a blue suit or a black suit? That was his one decision. And you think, well, that obviously doesn't work for women, but we also, like for most of us, but we want ease. And
Yes.
one of the best ways to do that is to have a lookbook. So to have your looks worked out ahead of time. You can do it on a Saturday afternoon with the music on. You can build it out each time you put a look together. You take a photograph of yourself and you put that into an album on your phone.
Ah, okay.
And then you know that you've got that set, and so it becomes really easy to choose. All right, tomorrow I'm online, or tomorrow I'm walking across town, or they're predicting wind, so I won't be wearing that light floaty skirt, like
Yeah.
yeah. So you're aligning your style with your life, seeing it as a business tool, but it's only taking you a minute to get it done.
Right. And I love
Um,
that you save it on your phone because then
yeah,
you have
save
it.
it on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
great.
That's
So
beautiful.
easy.
That's
Little
beautiful.
album. Just
Yeah.
have your lookbook on your phone. So easy. It's one of the best things to
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
do.
I could talk to you for the next 3 hours. And also, I don't know who's going to watch a 3 hour interview. So I am going to wrap us up. Is there something that I didn't ask you or something that you want to share and or, or like places to connect with you, etc.?
Oh, fabulous. Do you know, I just think that there's so much power in this thing that we've thought was quite shallow. On
Mm.
this other side of it, having cracked style for myself and then cracked it for other women and helped them to take that journey, I just wish that more women valued themselves
Mhm. Mhm.
enough to think this is important. I do want to have an impact. I do want to feel aligned. It does stress me out to have this and that not worked out in my life, to not know what I'm wearing.
Mhm.
And it doesn't necessarily, need to be through working with me, but it just takes that little step to think, okay, actually, this is something that affects me every day, and I'm going to get rid of that stress and then take the next step, whatever's right for her.
Mhm.
But I think it's valuing ourselves. That's what I've noticed, is that
Yes.
yeah, saying there's only one of me, and I want to turn up and do my thing in the world, because if I don't do it, no one else is going to
Yes.
do. So we are so, we contain universes, right? Like we are So there's so much going on with just
Yeah.
one person that
Yes.
each person feeling enabled in this area is so powerful. And if people want to connect with me, they can find me at stylegorgeous.com,
Okay.
stylegorgeous.com. And what we might do, Roz, I'll set this up shortly, is I'll say Dr. Roz gift, and they can access the style persona and the little mini consult
Oh, wow.
goes with that. Yeah, and that's worth $97. So we'll put that
Thank
on.
you. Thank you. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I
such
appreciate
a
that.
pleasure. Yeah, I'll set that up now.
Yeah. Very
So by the
good.
time this is out, it'll be there. But that's a really nice
Thank
step to
you.
take to just to to start thinking about style and to think what is that connection between my personality and what I wear.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Mm.
I love what you're doing. I love how loving you are about it.
Oh,
I love
thank you.
how you're using love to empower. And
Yeah,
the beautiful thing about love is that the more we do it, the more we get back. And
yeah,
so you doing this is empowering more and more and more women. And then other women like Jillian. And now all of a sudden now Jillian's mom is working with you and now her sister's working with you. And then she'll bring more and it's because you're unleashing that power within each one of us through
yeah,
love
yes.
and it's just absolutely beautiful, so thank you.
Yeah, such a pleasure. So great. Thank you. Thank you for the chance to talk about it.
Delighted, delighted. All right, Love Revolution beloveds, thank you so much for hanging out with us and listening to my interview with Nina, and go check out her website and definitely click on there and do your free gift. And how exciting is that?
Yeah.
And we will be back with another Love Revolution interview really, really soon. Thanks, beloveds. Bye bye.